Have you ever felt like a part of you had to completely break down before something greater could rise in its place? If you're going through this now, keep watching. Because what feels like an ending is actually your most sacred beginning. Death, rebirth, transformation. These aren't just poetic metaphors, they're deep spiritual truths. You must die before you die, not physically but spiritually. The ego, the false identity, the pain you've clung to, these must dissolve. And this death is terrifying, because everything you thought you were begins to fade, and you're left naked in the unknown. Awakening begins when you stop running from your shadows, when you sit with your fears, when you hold your wounds like sacred flames instead of hiding them in shame. This is the spiritual death, the surrender of who you thought you needed to be. And only when you let go can the truth rise from the ashes. You are not your name, not your roles, not even your story. These are temporary garments the soul wears for a time, but there's something deeper calling to you now, something ancient and eternal. You are being summoned to strip away all illusions so your real essence can breathe freely. The pain you feel is not punishment, it's purification. You're being emptied of everything that was never truly yours. The lies, the limitations, the masks. It feels like loss, but it's liberation. Like the seed that must crack to let the tree grow. You too must break open to rise. This journey isn't glamorous. It's raw, lonely, confusing. People might not understand you. You'll question your sanity. But deep down, a voice whispers, keep going. That voice is your soul, and it knows that beyond this inner death lies a life you've never imagined. The old you cannot walk into the new reality. That's why you feel everything collapsing. The universe isn't punishing you, it's inviting you to rise higher. But first, the attachments must fall. Your rebirth requires your trust in the unseen, trust in the becoming. In this death, silence becomes sacred. You no longer chase noise to feel alive. You begin to listen, to truly hear. Not just the world, but your spirit. That still small voice that was buried beneath the chaos now becomes your compass. You lose interest in shallow things. The drama, the validation, the external race. They no longer feed you. Because once you taste the truth, everything else becomes flavorless. You start to crave the depth that only inner truth can offer. Your relationships shift. Not everyone can walk through your transformation with you. Some will fall away. Let them. Their chapter in your story has ended. When you rise from the ashes, you'll attract those who see your soul, not just your surface. Your emotions intensify, but so does your awareness. You feel more deeply. You cry without knowing why. You laugh in solitude. You love fiercely, because now you're connected to something real. Something that flows through everything. You are becoming one with it. Rebirth is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. You are returning, not evolving. You are awakening, not changing. This version of you was always there, waiting to be revealed. Have you ever wondered why everything around you seems to be falling apart just when you thought you were starting to understand life? What if I told you it's not a breakdown? It's a sacred breakthrough. If you felt like your world is crumbling, don't turn away. That destruction is divine. It's the death of the old you, making space for the truth of who you really are to rise. Keep watching, because this inner death is not the end. It's your greatest awakening yet. The ego fights for survival. When your soul starts to awaken, the part of you that is built on fear, survival, expectations, and control begins to panic. That part, the ego, doesn't want to die. It wants routine. It wants control. But your soul, it's wild, infinite, and fearless. So when you begin to feel the deep call to shed old layers, your ego screams in terror. You begin to lose interest in things that once obsessed you. You feel disconnected from people who once felt like home. And that's not a failure. It's the death of illusion, the death of the mask. You're not losing yourself. You're shedding the false self. This death is sacred. You'll feel lost, alone, misunderstood. But in that isolation, you meet God. You meet Source. You meet the core of your being that has never been touched by trauma, expectations, or society's noise. This place is still, quiet, and holy. And it is from this inner sanctuary that your true life begins. You don't have to chase anything anymore. You don't have to pretend. You simply begin to be. You awaken into a consciousness where existence itself is enough. No proving, no performing, no pleasing, just presence. The world will not understand your awakening at first. People will say you've changed, that you're distant, that you've gone crazy. Let them talk. You're not here to be understood. You're here to remember. The path of awakening is lonely, not because you're doing it wrong, but because few are brave enough to walk it. You'll feel like you're dying, and you are. But what's dying is everything that was never truly you. Every version of you built on fear, shame, guilt, and performance is being burned away by the fire of truth. Let it burn. Your heart becomes the gateway. When the mind quiets, the heart speaks. It speaks in feelings, in symbols, in synchronicities. Suddenly you start to see 1111. You feel intense surges of energy, and your dreams become vivid messages. This is not coincidence. This is the language of your higher self guiding you through the rebirth. It won't make sense to the logical mind, but your soul will recognize it. You will feel ancient truths awakening within you. Things you've never read, never been taught, but always somehow known. The pain becomes a teacher, not a punishment. You no longer try to numb or escape it. Instead, you hold it gently and ask what it's here to show you. And the answers come. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every collapse, it was not sent to destroy you. It was sent to awaken you. You begin to see that suffering was never a curse but a sacred tool. A mirror. A cleansing. You had to be cracked open to let the light pour in. And now that it has, you can never go back to sleep. Silence becomes your sanctuary. You no longer crave constant stimulation. The noise of the world fades into the background. You start hearing the subtleties, the rustle of leaves, the whisper of wind, the breath between thoughts. These small things become profound because you are no longer rushing through life. You are finally here. And in this presence, you begin to feel what the mystics have always known. You are not separate from the divine. You are the divine, experiencing itself through your form. Relationships transform. Some will fall away, not out of bitterness, but because they no longer vibrate with your frequency. Let them go. Do not chase what is not aligned. For as you rise, you will attract souls who see you for who you truly are, not what you pretend to be. This soul family will not need explanations. They will feel your energy and they will remember you. Because you are no longer meeting people through the mind, you are meeting them through the soul. You begin to create from alignment, not ambition. Your actions are no longer driven by lack or comparison. They flow from purpose. You become less reactive, more responsive. You no longer ask, what do I want to do? But instead, what does life want to express through me? And when you live from that place, everything changes. Manifestations speed up. Synchronicities multiply. The universe starts to respond to the vibration of your authenticity. Fear starts to dissolve. Not because danger disappears, but because trust is born. You no longer need to know the full path. You walk in faith, step by step, knowing that what you need will meet you on the way. The tight grip of control loosens, and you surrender. Not out of defeat, but out of deep knowing. You understand that life is not against you. It is for you. Always has been. This is the rebirth. It doesn't come with a celebration. It comes quietly, in a deep breath. A moment of peace after the storm. A knowing that no matter what happens externally, your soul is steady. You are no longer living from the outside in. You are creating from the inside out. That is freedom. That is awakening. Now ask yourself this. What are you still afraid to let die within you? Because your next level of life is waiting, but it requires your full surrender. We are exploring this mystery in today's video. The truth that you must die before you die, and be reborn not into a new life, but into your truest one. And here's something special for you at the end. The ancient secret most mystics held but never spoke aloud. Wait for it. What is your opinion? Comment me below. Don't forget to subscribe for more curious thoughts like this. And if you want to go even deeper, check out the video in the description. It unlocks the hidden layers we couldn't cover here. Your soul is ready. Are you?